Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi, and guess what boys, we're back for our 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. It's probably been a very long time since I've done this, so I hope I can actually do this challenge while I talk. In the last episode, we finished off Termina Field and unlocked by far the most lucrative grind ever. A grind that essentially allowed us to potentially get from whatever we were to around 150. And now the task remains is actually kind of difficult. We have to like grind our characters up to 150. But obviously we're not gonna show out the entire grind from like 1 or whatever to 255. Instead, we're going to do other stuff. Because I have not played this in a while, my apologies if I forget the controls. I'm so used to playing, what the heck is it? I'm just gonna, try to dash at them. And yeah, that didn't even come close to working. Note, the damage isn't necessarily that bad, so if we do it right, we'll be fine. I like how as soon as I go off of the bow and arrow strategy, I immediately fail. That's just the way these missions are designed. Alright, I need to actually move around. As you can see, if you have a fast enough character, you don't necessarily need to use the bow and arrow. It's just more consistent for me because doing it without it is very difficult. But anyway, yeah, we did the Termina Field math a lot, the most lucrative grind in the game. I did try to grind a bit, but I didn't actually get every single character up to 160, which is why you see Tula get only 94. But we did get as much as we could, at least in the time we took. Anyways, nothing much here, just trying to not get hit here. You don't actually need to take like 0 damage in these. You can take a single hit and still be fine. It's after taking more hits that it's bad. Now, if you wanted to get through this without doing any rank nonsense and other stuff, the simplest way is to actually just find health to find and or use potions or health to get yourself off of 1 health as soon as possible, because similar to other stuff, even though all attacks are devastating, they don't necessarily kill you immediately. Instead, they put you at 1 health, and when you're at quarter of a heart, that's when you can die. When you're off of that, you can't die. There's also another effect you can use that'll really help with this particular version of the game. Nope. Essentially, you can also activate magic as well. You might actually see me do that for some of the later ones. If you activate magic and keep it for long enough, your character will be immune to taking attacks while your magic is going off. So if you have the ability to use magic for Magic Fountain Plus, you could just cheese it that way. But anyways, the only reason why I'm going through all this stuff is there really is no linear order after you do the other stuff. The big thing I'm trying to do actually is trying to unlock, or quote-unquote unlock, the ability to I need to actually pick characters here. Let's do Lana and them. Won't really matter what they pick. As long as we pick the right fairies, we'll be perfectly fine. These missions tend to not be too difficult. I will say, getting back into this is probably going to be very difficult, so I may do some Yama just to help myself get back into this game, but otherwise, we're back to the mission that has some other stuff. Or more specifically, the defeat all captains missions, and I'm actually going to use Material Master instead of whatever you usually use here, because I do still need some materials from these guys. So we're gonna do that and then just lock onto and kill this Goron captain very quick. And just see how many baddies we can kill before this ends. It's probably not the best strategy, but hey, it's better than nothing. Because it's a pretty easy mission, it's not going to be too bad to do it, even if we didn't use Magic Fountain Plus to cheese them. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is I'm supposed to get magic during this part. I've been playing for not really long enough that I've kind of forgotten to get magic. Oh well. Actually, if we get this... Actually, wait, we could just pick up magic and go. Why not do that right now for fun? See how many we could actually kill. Oh, I forgot I need to pick up the giant bomb too. Well, I could fix that if I Okay, I don't think I got a lot of characters down, but it honestly doesn't matter. The big thing, obviously, is you want to keep up magic for as long as possible. If you don't keep up magic for a long time, then you'll struggle with this. And then the strategy for actually getting KOs for anybody who hasn't played these missions before is to just do this repeatedly. Using all of the giant bombs, because immediately after you kill one of them, yellow tubes, they will always spawn these yellow tubes that you can kill, and there are tons of them here. So it's a very easy way to get stuff done. But beyond that, nothing much changes at first. Okay, I'm gonna do normal strategies now, starting now using this. And then quickly pop into another magic. The main reason for the magic is to give yourself immunity to knockback, because otherwise you get knocked back like crazy. And it can be super annoying just having your attacks interrupted constantly. And yes, I do remember how to block, in case you were wondering. Otherwise, I probably would have taken more damage than what happened there. Oh, and I forgot my boss strategy. It's been so long that I've completely forgotten the boss strategy. Thankfully, Manta is so easy with Cheek that you could just do that and you'll instantly get the weak point break anyway, even though I messed it up a lot. The big thing I'm actually trying to do in this is mostly just killing the captains so that I can get more drops at the end, since we do still need to material farm, but because of all the levels left, there's not really a reason to do it individually anymore, except for heroes. So it's better to just kill as many captains as you can. Oh great, I'm probably not gonna get this. Yeah, I didn't even throw it into the right guys too. Threw it at the baddies instead. Oh, by the way, I can't use the magic weak point break thing, right? So since the Aindago's not going to sit down for a minute, I'll have to just do that myself, and even that didn't work. Gosh dang it, man. Okay, now we got it to her. I hate how sometimes that'll just not work. I'll have to do the trick to cancel for a bit. The only reason I use that special right there is to just make sure I get the kill in the first place. And by the way, you almost never need to worry about losing the mission. Okay, as long as you defeat all of the yellows captains properly, you can make these missions pretty easy usually. Okay, let's go down here and kill some more. There really is no other better way to do these. It's just spam the crap out of these. Of course, they are also useful in a way to finish off any characters who haven't gotten to 255 yet, but otherwise, these earlier versions aren't the best for experience. It's the later one that I did that was level 12 that is worth tons of experience. These others will still give you a couple of levels, just not as much as it could be. Which is also why I intentionally didn't use the XP Accelerator, because, quote-unquote, we don't actually need to use those Star than, of course, the XP Plus anymore. Because, well, during one of the last battles we did, it honestly might be smarter to use Material Plus, but all these yellow captains, especially the main one, are people I already have a lot of materials for, or a lot of their materials. I guess I need a lot of the Goron Captain materials, but that... Alright. This, knocking him all over the place. You could probably tell that I'm not maybe doing as good as I should be, because, well, when you take a little while to go through this, you can kind of have some problems. I will say, though, it's very easy to just walk around and throw giant bombs everywhere and get kills so easily without having to really do much of anything. Once you clear out all the captains, really, there is nothing else to really do except just spam the crap out of these bombs. And for rupees, it's the same thing, but it's less of doing the bomb thing and more of just, you just go ahead and kill every single rupee captain you can find. Just kill rupee captain after rupee captain. That's basically all the rupee missions are about, and then after that, it's kind of different. But yeah. And yes, by the way, if anybody is wondering, yes, I am prepared to commit a lot of time by doing this. I'm not sure if anybody other than a couple of hours has done grinding. I know one person on Twitch that has done a full 100% speedrun. I know maybe a couple of people that have done a walkthrough, though I haven't really watched much. And other than that, this only other guy on YouTube that has the world record speedrun is the only other person I've seen actually attempt to 100% anything. And in case you're wondering, I copied the 100% requirements from speedrun.com, so I'm doing it basically as it's intended. But obviously it's not a speedrun by any means, because in case you didn't know, I don't really have 300 hours to just go around and do this non-stop, so that's why I'm doing it at hour sections at a time to make it more feasible for people to watch. Because doing all that in one city is basically nigh impossible. I would be surprised if anybody's actually done it. I know some people have done like Diablo to 100% and stuff in one setting, but about this game, I don't know. Which is why they were kind enough to actually add an requirement where you don't have to play the entire thing in a single segment. You could just do it multi-segmented. Of course, you can't retry segments until you get what you want, but you can do mostly other kills. I think we got some good materials off of that. That's the only reason. That's the only thing you really go for in these missions, other than experience bar. Since this was a yellow mission. This is a yellow mission. It's not worth that much experience, so we're just doing it to get out of the way, because we need to get them all out anyway. So sooner the better. But anyways, if you're wondering what I'm exactly trying to do now, it's for another specific thing. Remember the Master Sword? Remember this special icon in the Master Sword? Also, I need to, Ice Arrow, Deku Master mask after that. And so, yeah, now we do the Deku mask. Alright. And, yeah. Okay, I guess I won't be able to show it off. But essentially, I'm trying to get every single level 4 weapon in the entire game, because once I do that, the Master Sword will power up and become almost 3 times as strong. And yes, by the way, I do already have some strong on setups. I kind of boosted up weapons, but I actually have a stronger weapon right here. With all these side weapons, since I'm not going to be using them much, it'll be simpler to just use other stuff. But hey, we get to see the baton in action, so we'll probably show off the victory animation for this weapon, because, well, we haven't done that yet. Oh, Fairy Fountain is really far on the way. Oh wow, this one again. Well, I don't really know what the best strategy is, but one thing I can do correctly is start by clearing out all these bad captains that are gonna try and attack my own captains, to not only save them, but do some other stuff. And also, I want to take a lot of keeps so that they don't get to do much there either. Because I haven't played in a while, some of these later weapons that I don't have much experience with will probably not be good ALs, but I did all that just to take out the Stall Master, and now I'm gonna quickly save my units before the rogue forces actually get to them. And I also have to pay attention to which yellow units are getting attacked. So right now, the middle one down over there is trying to attack someone down there. So I need to defeat that red unit next, because that unit will destroy us if we let it do its thing, or more specifically, the yellow unit will destroy it, and then that'll turn the rogue forces. Rogue forces will just turn it against us. More often than not with these missions, you don't necessarily have to take out the yellow troops, but you do have to clear out basically all of the other stuff, and we'll kill this recruiter just so he doesn't get to do his annoying thing. Another good alteration of the strategy, just kill the recruiter who's trying to recruit, and they won't be able to recruit if they're dead. Trying to show off some unique combos as well while I'm going for this, though I think just basic attacking is probably better. And let's see here. Now, we have some other various stuff to do. I don't know exactly what's the best. I do know is I need this Stallmaster's item, so I'll do that and then save the last character up here after that. And now the recruiter is gone again. Or, I mean, reappeared again. What am I talking about? I cannot speak properly, it seems. Alright. Got the hard part out of the way, so don't have to worry about that. Oh, there's a messenger. Not that I care. I could just... I want to focus more on taking out everything else instead. Unless he comes right into my face. And yes, I mean that literally. He's literally right here. So I guess we'll go ahead and kill him. Just so we don't face salvations. Wonder what the special is for this. I haven't watched this in a while. Massive tornado. Okay. Okay, that actually did a lot of damage to him. If I have that with Magic Fountain Plus, I think I could actually kill them in one hit, probably. So let's actually try that. Let's do this and do other stuff. Also, for some of the missions that you know, you might remember that require a very annoying effect, where I'll just take out the captains next to our commander to make sure he stays safe. But anyway, oh yeah, now I completely lost track of what I was thinking about. That tends to happen a lot with these battles. Oh well. At the very least, if we take this out and then kind of just run while we wait for the commander to hear, we could do that. Oh. Alright. Okay. Oh. Lovely, we get to face Sia as our first of many commanders that we have to take out. Oh, and we have this stock attack again. Alright. Well, let's take her out before we do anything else. Now, in case you didn't know, we have two of the most broken abilities that could just really quick kill pretty much everything, especially these heroes. Just all you do is spam Extreme Crush and then beat point break them a couple of times, and they usually just die very quickly. The only way you can make this faster is if you do the grinding like I mentioned, you can kill them in just a single hit instead, but that is pretty hard to set up and usually requires boost. In my case, it didn't really require much. Alright. Alright. Well, we're done with that. But yeah, I'm trying to attain all of these weapons because I want Link's Master Sword to become fully powered up. Yeah, that's right. It's the Master Sword. Remember that one sealed skill we could not find out about? Well, now we can unlock that. And by unlocking enough of those, the Master Sword will become fully powered up. Speaking of which, I think it's already actually on the first version already. Don't really need to do that, so I can kind of shoot us off with Link while I do this. Oh, okay, okay, I guess I haven't gotten the best weapon yet, but those skills that you see right there, let's make sure I actually put in Termina so I don't get screwed here by not using the right character. But anyways, I'm using like for a brief moment just to show this off because, well, once apparently you only need to get all the level 4 and level 4 plus weapons to get his Master Sword fully powered up. Okay, I don't think I need Dark Zelda at all for materials. Where is... I cannot find where the opponent is. Oh, it's down by Midna, that's why. I don't know why I was even considering killing them though, since I could just do this instead to make the mission way quicker. Really is just go in here and spam this a few times and you're done. Very quick. For some of the later missions, or if you don't have Magic Fountain Plus at all, then you'll kind of have to kill them one by one, which it takes really slow. So the more I do this, the better. It might mean more grinding later, but I'll make up for it because there'll be still lots of heroes to kill. I think I did mention this before that I did want to get all level 4 weapons at least at some point. I actually need to use a compass on it. It's not too often you have to use a compass on these later maps, because usually you don't have to worry about picking the right spot. This one, you actually do. Alright. I'm going in cover order, by the way, just to make this a bit easier for myself. And unfortunately, we have to do this as a true solo mission, meaning can't use another character to cheese it. We have lots of keeps to take, so we should probably keep taking. Specifically, we need East Mountain Keep, which is all the way at the bottom. West Keep, which is... I know it's not at top, and because it's Mountain Keep, I know that we are on this level again. This is actually kind of a difficult area to do this on, because it takes much longer to get back up once you're done. So, if the enemies do get too close, it'll get really bad. But, on the contrary, they'll also be incredibly slow at getting here. So, after quickly defeating Rita, we're just gonna hop down and do other stuff. Beyond that, there's not much of a challenge to this. Just go in here, take these keeps for safety, or I guess you don't really need to take them. Just defeat the magic stash troops, lure everybody to you, and then you kind of just kill them all at once. Actually, you're intended to defeat them one by one, but we kind of just take them out as a group, because by the time we get done, they're usually already there. And also, I kind of lied on the difficulty. For this particular mission, this map actually makes the mission way easier because they have to go the long way up and to the right to reach our keep. So it takes them extra long to reach our base. Right. Okay, so the actual keeps on the right side are the ones that I have to take. Thankfully, one of them's conveniently in the path where I'm going. Oh, I could just take up this last magic stash troop and I'll be fine. Fortunately, one of them is down at East Mountain Keep, but I am close to that area right now, so for more convenience sake, I will go there first before I go anywhere else. Mostly defeating these captains both for safety to prevent them from killing my base and commander, but also to get more materials from defeating them. Alright, so this is the first keep that I absolutely require, since it has an item in it that I need. Don't like it when they don't clear right away, by the way. It might just be that my character is too awake or something else is going on, but I don't know. Okay, they're about to jump down, so if I wait a little bit, I can just kill them all right here. Make it a bit quicker. And then after that, 2 items are located in West Keep, but since these enemies are closer, it'd be more convenient to defeat them right here. And unfortunately, none of Runo's specials really do the best against these big enemies, so funnily enough, our basic combo is actually slightly better, just because of the fact that it does bunches of attacks clumped together. If you're close enough, you usually do quite a bit of damage to them. And we have Captain Kita on the battlefield. I honestly forget if Captain Kita came from Majora's Mask or not. I haven't actually played enough. It might actually be from Twilight Princess yet again, and I just don't know. But the reason why I guess it's from Majora's Mask is because his character is based off of a Stalfos, and his Stalfos character or whatever is very similar to how he looks in how the Skulltulas look, and they are from the N64 series of Zelda games, so that's why I think he's probably was in Majora's Mask or even earlier in Ocarina of Time. this guy's here. We'll go ahead and take out him, get rid of that summoner, and then hit this item for food, and then we are good. And see, just now they're getting to our keep, so they're probably definitely not gonna take our keep. Don't see if I don't have full magic or enough magic to use my fairy, so I'll cut the grass. Thankfully, I got it first try. I've sometimes cut the grass multiple times, and they have refused to give me magic when I need them. If I remember correctly, yeah, Boga almost always blocks these for some reason. One of the only characters that cannot be cheesed as easily. You kind of have to wait for him to do an attack and then do other stuff. If you're a fast enough character, though, you can still cheese him with the same strategy as you do with other stuff, or in this case, just overpower him. But yeah, that's slightly easier than using that Extreme Crush, just because for some reason, he and a couple of other heroes like to block the Extreme Crush a lot, so they won't actually get knocked down. I will say, when I first found out that Extreme Crush immediately reveals their weak point, that makes some of the slower to kill heroes so much easier and consistent, especially since most of those heroes also immediately fall right away when you do hit them with that. So that's always nice. I don't know. And I guess it could be that I haven't gotten the first sealed skill unlocked yet, that because I haven't gotten a level 3 drop for a particular character, but we'll see. And this is next. Oh. Right, the enemies need to be revealed. Right, let's do this. Right. Okay, we have multiple characters to pick. I think I know what I'm going with, though. Young Link's just the higher character, so it's easier to use him, in my opinion. I like using him in particular on the Termina field map because, well, this is kind of his homeland, basically. Alright. Oh, I looked at the wrong one. I'll have to look at my guide a bit closer. Oh, frick. Oh, it's this one. Well, I don't really have a good way to clear out troops, so I think I'm just gonna go aggressive and just kill everything I see. So we're gonna slash you down. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Oh my gosh, one of them's already in a keep. Oh, that's probably gonna be a loss right there. Yeah, there's like one that's coming really close to a keep. Look how fast he gets to it. Okay, I'm not sure if he's gonna take it right away, but the fact that he even enters the keep so quickly is very scary because, as you know, these captains do way more damage than pretty much anything else, so we need to make sure they are killed first, otherwise our keeps will almost always fall. And unfortunately, as funny as it is, our keep repair technician ability doesn't really help us here much, as there's just so many of them to kill. Thankfully, the actual mission is simplistic enough. Just defeat the Gibdos, and then you do other stuff, and then you're kind of just done. Of course, once you defeat most of their Urses, they kind of panic and don't get the ability to really do anything. Alright. Ideally, the sooner I get these done, the Unless I have to deal with this stress. I actually kind of forgot that this Visho is here. Oh. Where is the other dude? Oh my gosh! I hate when it lag glitches like this. For some reason this area, I don't know, it just doesn't load properly. And that's bad because now some my keeps might fall because my game is not refusing to load that one thing. I'm not gonna even blame myself if I lose the mission because this and Keep decided to do other stuff. And see, now Lakeside Keep is also so. I'm just trying to get this guy to spawn, but for some reason he's not appearing at all. I don't know what I have to do. Oh, okay, finally he appeared. Ugh. This seems to be an ongoing glitch that they probably need to fix for this area. Yeah, you're right. That's right. You better fix this because that glitch is just super annoying. Just for some reason, those enemies just don't move for some reason. It doesn't matter which version you're playing on. That's just a natural thing you have to deal with. It's already hard enough as it is in the original game, but then having to do this deal with this on Definitive as well, it just makes it so annoying. Okay, we don't have much, unfortunately, in terms of items. So we have to get more of those. We'll just get 3 of those as well. Then, use a bomb again. Lots of bombs needed for this one. Okay, now I am on the right one. Alright. Alright. Okay, this is just keep capturing competition. Fortunately, there's no really good way to speed this up other than just, well, capture the 6 keeps you need as fast as possible, really. That's about all you do in this. Oh, I should have gone east. Whatever, I could maybe go east a bit later if I need to. Alright, 1. I honestly don't care about what keeps they're taking because it basically will be not a problem whatsoever. Because once we capture all 6 keeps, it's gonna end anyways. And they usually take a lot longer to capture the keeps than we do. They're also much significantly easier to catch. You can do others. You can kind of just chill and capture multiple of them. Totally fine. Alright. Almost done. Oh, classic. One of them lives by a little bit. Oh, I also just realized, because this is sadly still in the yellow zone, I only need 1,200 troops to finish this off. In terms of KOs required, that is. Hang on, let me smack this Keep Saboteur out of the way, please and thank you. And then I will grab this chest before I forget. Had to change my route midway through. I kind of wanted to go to the right at first, but then I changed it midway because I had to go and do other stuff. And by the way, the reason why these missions are so easy is because we go so fast that they usually don't have time to even take a single key, because by the time they get close to taking one, they just we're already done taking keeps. I don't want to actually get overkill too much. So I'll just kill some captains while I wait for this to appear. Because we now have to wait on the lawn things or whatever. I didn't see if I grabbed the pot. I think I did. Not like it matters. Most of the... I think we already have almost all the pots now. Oh, and yes, in case you didn't notice, I did turn off all opening animations, which are the intro animations for each character when you first walk up to them. Because having to skip that every single time, especially in the slower Wii U version, takes a very long time. So, ideally, if you could skip those, it makes it a lot quicker. The only reason I didn't do it sooner, I can use this time to maybe check. I guess it depends if I can even get there in time. Well, at least we got the harp out of the way. That's probably the most important part. Alright. We'll see. I'll take a lot out of H on this on purpose just because I want to partially see. I don't think I got it, but... Well, I'll check. If there's a gold for at the end of this, I don't know I've got it. We just have to look for the gold food. I always forget those food locations, but you can always look up some of the locations later. By the way, we got... Oh, okay, we did get a gold. A single gold. Oh, yeah, and there's a chat mart, too. I always forget about that. Okay, now we have an Agafa required mission with nothing really required in terms of our stuff. Unfortunately, it does have treasures, so we'll have to do our stuff. And we have to do it solo as well. Okay. That's fun. By the way, Agafa is already at level 160 because I basically boosted her up with materials. There's no point in really using anything, or at least trying to grind her. Other than getting her KO skills, of course. There's not really a reason to in the grind, because you get so much rupees, you could just boost her up to do 55, and that's what I do, because having her weak is not good. But when you have her strong, like I do, then it's much considerably easier. Versionary tactics means we have to deal with more of those magic stash troops. That's fine, I know how to deal with those pretty easily. Well, it's similar to the keep capture, except we don't necessarily take all the keeps, we're just killing the magic stash troops. And of course, as a solo attacker, Agafa also hits pretty hard to make up for it. So, at max level especially, she could do tons of damage really quickly. You'd be surprised. And yes, I do have different skins on all the other characters. Unfortunately, I found out there is no badge associated with the costumes, though I do like showing all of them off anyways, because, well, we're required to get all the costumes anyways. Hey, there's a trick right here. Let's kill him while he's here. Why not? Get one of those troops out of the way right off the bat. Don't have to deal with him later. And then we go and take out the last of the captains down here. Or magic stash troops down here. If anybody is wondering, by the way, I probably should have mentioned, if there are differences of difficulty between the original version, specifically Wii U and 3DS, there's actually quite a bit of differences, but the biggest difference is your damage taken ratio for certain missions is much harder to meet in terms of requirements than other stuff. Particularly the blue to green missions are the worst, because you only get 4k damage, assuming 100 damage is 1/4 of a heart each time. That means you can only lose like 10 hearts or so, which is already pretty low. In a game where you already take tons of damage, and I think we have an I need to check. I think Manundula stocks just appeared. No, I need to check where they are. Yep, there they are. They just spawned. Looks like those little suckers can't get enough of me, huh? Absolutely hate Manundula stocks, by the way. They're by far the worst of these extra goals to deal with, because you basically have to attack them if they go for your base, which they like to do a lot for some reason. It's not random by any means, though. You know, if a Manundula stock goes for a base in a different level, it'll always go for your base in that particular level, but potentially go for something else in a different level. Well, I'm not as interested in going for the pot yet, because the Manundula stock is kind of bad, so I have a bit of spare time though, so I'll just quickly take out that Dart Nut, just so we can have the commander be lured out while we walk to that area. Now again, until it says in danger, until an in danger pops up on our key, we don't really have to worry too much. It's just super annoying because, again, you have to go all the way to where the Manundula stock's down just to kill them. Then, assuming you're also doing an objective like me, you then have to walk all the way back to where that objective is, get that, and then go for the commander. Now, you don't necessarily need to get everything. I did find out that for the food, you only need to get each food once, but considering we're in areas that we haven't explored much, there's probably still a lot of food we haven't attained. The only way to know if we've gotten all the food is to just save them all up, and if we have a golden of each food, that's a clear indication that we got all of them. In fact, I might save all gold food just for that matter, so that when I do want to check if I have 100% completion, I will know that I can do other stuff. It's not doing the thing I want. Alright. Mixed it up a bit at the time. Got natural weak point smash in there and 2 extreme crushes to take him out. Funnily enough, some of the bosses, the mob ones, actually tend to take longer than the heroes just because they have more health for some reason. Which is kind of strange to say, they're supposed to be weaker than the heroes, but they do sometimes take longer than what you expect. For anybody who's wondering what part we're doing right now, in terms of main objectives, the only really thing we have left to show, other than completion, of course, of Ganon's Fury, Cucco's Fury, and Challenge Mode, is more or less just these adventure maps. I will say, if you ever do go into 100%, do be warned. These adventure maps take a very long time to 100%. In fact, this is basically most of the run, other than grinding, which also takes up a decent amount. Okay, another one where, okay, we get both of them, which is nice. But we don't get to pick anybody else, unfortunately. Not like it matters. This is just a rupee competition, nothing too big. It'll probably be the last thing I do as well, by the way, because I'll have to save the rest for a different video. I'm obviously going with Sheik because he's higher level. Actually, for this one, I should just pop Material Master and go. Try to use it a few times before I finish. More often than not, you don't actually want to necessarily kill the captains too early, but instead focus on these rupee captains. These are the ones that carry lots of rupees. So really, it's just going around and killing all of these rupee captains. just making sure your opponents get as little as possible, and then every now and then when they get close to 500, you kill one of their captains so that you can steal rupees from them. Though you usually do not want to do that until later. I have, I think, one rupee captain up here, though I can't see. Okay, good. They didn't steal that from me. Sometimes the Dark Links will... you'll get one down super low, and then the Dark Links will just steal it from you. A way you can sort of prevent that, though, is to kill them with a special, which will then freeze them all in place. Okay. And then we get this, and then we suddenly start collecting a lot more. I'm gonna wait until I get to the Rupee Captain and then use the next Material Master. For this mission, otherwise though, this is about all you really do to win it nice and easy. You essentially use this as a captain grind. You basically go in and kill all of the Rupee Captains first, then the Fairy Hunters. And also, as you defeat the Fairy Hunters, you collect their rupees to do other stuff. For some reason, when I saw the speedrun doing this, for some reason they defeated the Fairy Hunters, but then they refused to pick up the rupees for some reason. Do this for fun. Oh yeah, and also momentarily you also have some other bosses that will do lots of work for the rogue forces if you let them stay up too long, so periodically you also have to take a break to kill the two giant bosses, which I'm doing now. And then after you kill them, you go straight back to getting more rupees afterwards. Don't necessarily have to kill them right away, though. It's preferred to kill them as soon as possible. And then also, on top of that, you have to deal with the rupee thief as well. That's actually the way you could lose the easiest, because if they take 2 million rupees really quickly and run away, it's really bad. But thankfully, you can kind of cheese them if you have specials, because you can just spam those, and that'll freeze everybody in place, so they'll never get to steal your rupees because you keep on freezing them so they don't get to do anything. Same goes with making sure these Dark Links don't take the Fairy Hunters and Rupee Catchers, though. Because there are so many, it is likely that they'll probably get at least one, but if you can, try and kill as many as you can. But yeah, beyond that, it really is just doing nothing but popping Material Master and then killing all of the captains you can. There's almost no point really in doing other stuff. Also, that is a Gibdo Rupee Thief. Little to known fact, the Gibdo Rupee Thieves are the worst Rupee Thieves because their stun, while it doesn't do any damage, technically still counts as other stuff. And Gibdo's poses stun that you might have seen a couple of times before. They have by far the fastest stun in this entire game, making them extremely difficult to do stuff properly. Because, well, because when you're busy trying to kill them, you'll periodically just get killed because there's stuff left. But where in the world did this Rupee Thief go? Okay, I'm gonna probably have to kill Captain soon. I think I've ran out of, yeah. Yeah, okay, I no longer have any of those. So I'm gonna just pop magic and just kill all these Dark Links now. As well. Out of all the Captain boosts I can get, Dark Link is required for by far the most characters, so I should probably go ahead and defeat them while I still can. But yeah, a big thing that... Oh, speaking of which, I need to watch out. The Rupee Thief has an attack that it'll just throw so fast, which you see there, I just barely evaded it. That attack can happen pretty much at the end of anything, and that's what makes it so trolly in the first place. Alright, now we'll just kill the Dark Links. Now we're out of... Boo's just decide to kill the Dark Links at least once, so they wouldn't get too many rupees. Because if they get too many rupees, they'll actually summon more reinforcements, which could actually be useful for other stuff. It's just we kind of need more rupees for other stuff anyway, so it's better to do this. I will say though, it might slow down the game a little bit. I haven't really tested yet. Alright, now they're gonna start appearing again. Because we defeated them all at once, they're also gonna appear all together, kind of. Alright. Let's try and take them out at least one more time if we can. Oh, I don't know if we'll actually be able to or not. Alright. And yes, the amount of rupees you get changes depending on what you get. Ideally, you want to kill them when they have 500 or more, because then they give you 500 or more back, which is nice. I can't see where that rupee thief is, but for now, I'll kind of just ignore it and focus on killing some of the Dark Links. They're not doing as significant amount of damage that they were before when I first did this. When I first did some of these rupee Aptons, they were actually doing a lot of damage to Sheik, probably because he was slightly under-leveled, maybe, just slightly. But yeah, kind of just taking out the remaining rupee captains. Right. Of course, you can also snipe the enemy rupee captains from the Darklings too. Alright. I think that was a good result for that. It is pretty easy to do in comparison to the KO competitions, which actually require some thought. These require some thought too, but you don't even have to kill all the Dark Links necessarily. You just have to go around, kill the rupee captains. When they reappear, go to those, and periodically you stop to kill the bosses, and then after that, you kind of just do other stuff. And by the way, I think I missed the animation on Zelda, so a bit sad if anybody missed that victory animation. There is another video you could just watch those or that, so I'm not too worried for missing that. I'm gonna get rid of some of these. Oh wow, look at all this stuff I have. Too many Earth God Harps. Let's get rid of all of those. We don't need those. Earth God's Harp is only a level 2 weapon, whereas Din's Harp is level 3 and 4+. I did try to get rid of some of those weapons before, but in doing the grind, I also brought some of them back. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, enjoy, cards, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we continue collecting some 4+ weapons. Until then, bye, and see you later.